Hey guys, it's Jamie Halsey and this is Mental Mama. So today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I got in the comments on my intro video. The first question is this. When you said you had postpartum depression and your life fell apart, were you mentally or were you going through other hardships that weren't mental that were making you feel like your life was falling apart? To answer this question in a simple way, no. I wasn't going through anything else. I mean, I just had a baby. That's extremely difficult. When I gave birth to my second daughter, my first daughter, Claire, was 22 months old. So that's of course hard. But besides that, I was not going through anything that made me feel like my life was falling apart besides postpartum depression and dealing with complex PTSD. When people reach out about postpartum depression, a lot of the time people do think that something else is going on to cause this depression and anxiety. Having a baby alone can be enough stress to cause depression, if not postpartum depression. But when it's postpartum depression, it's a hormonal thing. My brain was and still is out of whack chemically. I've pretty much suffered from depression since I can remember. I was diagnosed with anxiety at a very young age. I was also diagnosed with PTSD, not CPTSD, at age 16. So I've always known that I had these issues, but I never realized how severe they were. For me, I know that my postpartum depression was really, really severe, but also I know that the mix of the symptoms from complex PTSD just did not help. I truly believe that the symptoms that I was experiencing with my complex PTSD weren't as severe until I had my second daughter. I think it just was the straw that broke the camel's back. When I said that my life was falling apart, I literally mean mentally. I had the perfect family. I was in the hospital with her and she was breastfeeding perfectly. I was over the moon. But I remember wanting to leave that hospital as soon as I could. I didn't want to be there for some reason. I didn't want anyone's help. I just wanted to go away from that hospital. I basically tried to leave the hospital like immediately, like hours after she was born. They basically told me, that wasn't gonna happen. So I accepted that, but I was pushing to leave in the morning. They told me I had to wait for her to be 24 hours old so they could do some tests. It was around 12 a.m. that night, the day after she was born, and I called the nurse into the room and I was like, hey, she's 24 hours old and I want to get out of here. So do the tests. So she did the tests and we got the car seat ready. And as I was getting in the car that night, I was like, something's not right. I just kept feeling like something wasn't right. And then I walked into the house. I took the baby upstairs and I laid down in bed and I felt this cloud, this dark rain cloud come over me, and it hasn't left. It's lifted, it's gone for a few minutes, seconds maybe, but it's still there. My daughter is almost 2 now, and I am still suffering from postpartum depression. When you have depression and anxiety before you have children, you're more likely to develop postpartum depression. And I think that I was just 100% so likely to develop it. And it hit me harder than I could imagine. Women carry guilt for the rest of their lives because of the things that they thought about doing to themselves or their babies because of postpartum depression. You see on Facebook people sharing videos and pictures and stories about babies being abused by their mothers, and they also tell you about how these mothers have been heard saying, I can't do this anymore, I don't care what happens to my baby, basically saying that they're gonna kill themselves or wanting to kill themselves, and they don't care what happens to their children after that. That is postpartum depression. If a mother wants to leave her baby, she does. When it's postpartum depression, you have this voice inside your head telling you that you stink, that you're doing everything wrong, that your baby's gonna do this, that you're gonna do this to your baby, and it's just it's on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. Postpartum depression doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how wealthy you are, how poor you are. It does not discriminate. It does not care how amazing your life is. It does not care how shitty your life is. We have to fight this together. We can't let women have babies and not check up on them. Let me ask you, if you're my friend watching this video, did you know that I was suffering after my second child? Your answer is probably no. And that's not your fault. Bringing awareness to this topic and this subject allows us to help so many women, so many families, so many babies. This is not just about the mothers, this is about the children too. When you see a baby or a child in a home that is not good for it, you want to help that baby. Most people don't stop to think that that mother needs help too. The most effective and best way to help a baby is to help their mother. Children need their mothers. It's not just about the kids, it's about the mothers too. If you're out there watching this and you're aware that you're dealing with postpartum depression, but you need someone to talk to who won't judge you, to lead you in the right direction, please message me, because I've been there, I'm still there, I'm fighting for myself, and I'm strong enough to fight for us both too now. So please reach out to me so I can help you.